If he's acquitted, do you believe we'll have a fair election in 2020?
I don't know. The president, based on his past performance, will do everything he can to make it not a fair election. And that is part of what gives us the urgency to proceed with this impeachment.
House Minority Whip Steve Scalise is here to weigh in on this. Can you believe that? What are your thoughts?
I mean, come on. Good morning, by the way. But look, they were set out from day one to impeach the president well before. You had over 100 members of Congress vote to impeach the president before there was even a whistleblower report. They made it clear when they got the majority, they were going to use it, not to help American families and lower drug prices.
But if he's not removed from office and he goes on to run for president in 2020, which we know he will, and we don't think he's going to be removed because the Senate's not going to vote for it, they're questioning the validity of the election because it didn't go the way they wanted it to?
Yeah, I think they're questioning the voters of this country. It's an insult to the voters of this country, who should be the ones to decide who's president next year, when they would rather take that option away because they think the president's going to get elected. It's not why you impeach a president because you disagree with his policies or because he won an election when you wish you would have won the election.
There's a sub-story to this, and the new part of the 300 pages that was released shows Devin Nunes, John Solomon, and other phone records to the White House. And you say there's over 3,500 pages of phone records that Adam Schiff got? Is he allowed to do this?
This is a real concern. I mean, the fact that Adam Schiff has been spying on members of the press, on members of Congress, on the president's own attorney. Who else is Adam Schiff spying on, and where are the rest of these phone records? Literally, where he subpoenaed phone records of people, and he released selectively some of those reports. We don't know all of what he has. He only selectively went after people who he has political disagreements with.
How is he able to do that? He's not in the FBI. He doesn't work for the DOJ. He can just get anyone. When you're a journalist and you talk to your sources, you don't have to release those sources. He might know them.
Well, and Adam Schiff has those sources now because, again, he went after using his subpoena powers. This is why it's a potential abuse of power. He used his subpoena powers to go and start getting phone records of people. We don't know who all the people are that he got phone records of. We do know some people in the press, some members of Congress, are people who he had been spying on. The press ought to be outraged about this, by the way, because it does really go after their ability to do their job, because you get sources, anonymous sources sometimes. He now has their phone records.
Correct.
He knows who's calling some journalists.
And he knows the story before it's released sometimes.
Who are the other people that he's spying on right now? And why don't he release all of those records? Not selectively to try to hurt his political opponents. It's not why you have that power of subpoena.
Steve, there was something that was brought up over the weekend that maybe Nancy Pelosi, in an effort to prevent this from getting to the Senate and them squashing it in a 2-week trial, will hold it and wait to see what the courts say about John Bolton, Mick Mulvaney, and Mike Pompeo being forced to answer their subpoena.
I don't think she will. I think she's been on this rush for impeachment from day one, and she wants to do this to appease her political base. The radical left has wanted to impeach the president from day one. She knows politically it's a bad thing for them to be doing.
She doesn't think that. She wouldn't be doing it. She thinks she's going to gain.
Well, I think she's beholden to the far left and the AOCs of the world. AOC tweeted out just days before she announced impeachment. AOC tweeted out that it's the Democrats in Congress, not Republicans or the president, who are the threat because they're not going after him. Literally days later, she announces she's going to impeach the president. That's all out there. Bottom line is, people wish we were focusing on real things that matter to them, like lowering drug prices. Package of bills came out of committee unanimously. Every Republican, every Democrat voted to lower drug prices. Pelosi won't bring that package of bills to the floor because of impeachment. USMCA, more jobs and better trade relations, but she won't do that because of impeachment.
Thank you,
Thanks, Congressman Steve Scalise.